What is the ultimate truth? Who are you really? And what lies beyond the world you see? These questions have troubled humanity for thousands of years. The Upanishads, the sacred philosophical texts of Hinduism, are not just scriptures. They are a gateway to a deeper understanding of reality, existence, and the self. They explore concepts such as Brahman, the ultimate eternal truth, and Atman, the individual soul, which is not separate from this higher reality. But how did these texts come into existence? The Upanishads did not appear suddenly. They form the final and most contemplative phase of the Vedas, the oldest and most sacred scriptures of India. The Vedas are the foundation of Hinduism and are divided into four main sections: Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharva Veda. Initially, they were collections of hymns and rituals that governed human life, but over time, they evolved into a profound philosophical quest. The Upanishads are the last and most reflective part of these texts. Instead of focusing on sacrifices and rituals, they shed light on the nature of consciousness, the relationship between humans and the universe, and the ultimate goal of existence, moksha, or liberation from the cycle of life and death. This shift from external practices to deeper inner knowledge marked the beginning of a new philosophical era, giving birth to Vedanta, one of the most significant schools of thought in India. The Upanishads are not just ancient texts, they are a guide for those seeking the truth beyond the illusions of the world. What is Brahman and Atman? The ultimate reality and the individual soul. What is the source of existence? Is there something beyond the world we see? And who are you really? These questions lie at the heart of the Upanishads and lead to two of the most fundamental concepts in Hindu philosophy: Brahman and Atman. These ideas are not just metaphysical theories, but offer a profound perspective on what it means to exist. Brahman is the supreme, ultimate reality. It is not a god with human-like characteristics, but the very essence of existence itself, beyond space, time, and form. It is described as infinite, unchanging, and eternal. It is the foundation behind all creation, the force that sustains everything. In the Upanishads, Brahman is referred to as the one without a second, meaning that nothing truly exists apart from it. Atman, on the other hand, is the individual soul, the deepest essence of every person. It is the true nature of the self, beyond the body, mind, and senses. While people often identify with their ego and the material world, the Upanishads teach that Atman is not merely a small, separate part of existence. It is, in fact, identical to Brahman. This is the great mystery and the ultimate revelation of the Upanishads. The inner self, Atman, and the cosmic reality, Brahman, are one and the same. The separation between the individual and the universe is an illusion, Maya, creating the false perception that people are distinct entities. True wisdom comes when one realizes this unity and attains moksha, liberation from the cycle of life and death. In everyday life, this teaching means that we are not merely our body, thoughts, or emotions. In reality, we are something much deeper and eternal. The Upanishads invite us to look beyond the illusions of matter and recognize our true nature, one that is timeless, indestructible, and connected to the entire universe. The concept of moksha, ultimate liberation. What does it mean to be truly free? How can one escape the endless cycle of life and death? And is there a higher state of existence beyond the world we know? These are the fundamental questions that the Upanishads answer through the concept of moksha. Moksha is the ultimate liberation from samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In Hinduism, life is seen as a continuous cycle where the soul, Atman, reincarnates based on karma, the actions and choices made in previous lives. Moksha is the moment when the soul escapes this cycle and returns to the absolute reality Brahman. It is the union of the individual self with the cosmic whole, where all sense of separation dissolves. In this state, there is no pain, desire, or illusion. Only absolute peace, true knowledge, and complete freedom. Achieving moksha is not easy. The Upanishads teach that it requires deep self-awareness, detachment from material attachments, and an understanding of one's true nature. Different schools of Hinduism propose various paths to liberation, such as Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge and philosophical inquiry, Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion and love for the divine, Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action without attachment to results, Yoga, the path of meditation and inner discipline. Moksha is not just a distant, unattainable goal. The Upanishads suggest that true liberation begins in the present, when one realizes that they are not merely their body or thoughts, but an eternal existence connected to the universe. It is the moment when an individual sees beyond the illusions of the world and recognizes their divine nature. Thus, moksha is not merely the end of the cycle of life and death. It is the revelation of a truth that has always been there, that there was never any real separation between the self and the universe. The importance of self-knowledge and meditation. How well do you know yourself? Are you your body, your thoughts, or something much deeper? And how can you attain a true understanding of your existence? In the Upanishads, self-knowledge is considered the foundation for understanding reality. True wisdom does not come from external knowledge or material achievements, but from deep introspection and the discovery of one's true nature. Meditation is the primary tool used to achieve this awareness. According to the Upanishads, people usually identify with their body, thoughts, and desires. This identification is an illusion, Maya, which keeps them bound to the world of samsara, the endless cycle of birth and death. Self-knowledge is the process through which one realizes that their true existence is not limited, but is part of Brahman, the ultimate reality. Meditation plays a crucial role in this process. It is not merely a relaxation technique, but a path leading to awakening. Through silence and focused awareness, one can transcend the senses and discover their Atman, their true self. The Upanishads describe meditation as the means to see beyond illusions and experience inner unity with the universe. The meditation techniques mentioned in the Upanishads include pranayama, breath control to calm the mind; dhyana, deep meditation to concentrate consciousness; mantra meditation, the use of sacred words such as Om to connect with the ultimate reality. When one attains self-knowledge, they are no longer affected by fear, pain, or external circumstances. They live with fulfillment, having realized that they are much more than their material existence. Thus, the Upanishads show us that self-knowledge and meditation are not just spiritual practices. They are the path to freedom, true peace, and unity with the universe. The influence of the Upanishads on Western philosophy. Can ancient Indian texts have influenced Western thought? How did ideas written thousands of years ago shape philosophers like Schopenhauer and Emerson? The Upanishads were not confined to India. Their ideas traveled and deeply influenced Western philosophy, especially from the 19th century onward, when they were translated into English, German, and French. One of the first philosophers profoundly influenced by the Upanishads was Arthur Schopenhauer. The German philosopher regarded these texts as the highest wisdom, believing they revealed deeper truths about existence. The concept of Maya, the illusion of the world, aligned with his own idea that the world is a delusion shaped by human will. Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of the founders of American Transcendentalism, drew inspiration from the Upanishads to shape his views on nature, the inner self, and the spiritual unity of humanity with the universe. His belief in a divine presence within every individual closely resembles the relationship between Atman and Brahman. Even Friedrich Nietzsche, though more skeptical, seemed to be aware of the Upanishads and their ideas about transcending the individual ego. In modern times, the Upanishads continue to influence Western thought, whether through meditation, the philosophy of self-awareness, or the emphasis on the connection between humans and the universe. These ancient texts prove that the search for truth knows no boundaries and that the wisdom of the past continues to shape our thinking today. The Upanishads are not just ancient texts, they are a timeless guide to understanding life, existence, and truth. From the nature of reality to self-knowledge and spiritual liberation, their teachings continue to shape our thinking even today. If you found this video interesting, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And of course, let me know in the comments which idea from the Upanishads impressed you the most. I look forward to reading your thoughts.